Now, one more interesting thing. Now, this is something aside channeling. This is more of my. I have mathematical thinking sometimes. Now, the thing is that I was thinking, well, this is not about channeling, this is completely different. This is just an interesting idea. The thing about governments and taxes and everything, I was like, one day I was, before I started this big picture, I was like thinking about roads. Well, like the roads where I'm driving on this car, traffic roads and everything. They are like, you would say, expensive to build. And I was thinking, well, yeah, but let's calculate a little bit differently. For example, we have this road from our city to seashore. It's approximately 20 kilometers of road, and those 20 kilometers to build maybe costs maybe $200 million, euros, or whatever. For example, it costs a lot, like, say, for example, $1 billion to build this road. And then I was thinking, well, basically, there are like those, well, maybe it's 50 kilometers, I guess. Okay, let's keep it to 50 kilometers. So basically, the road to the seaside and back to my home, it's 50 kilometers on one direction. So it's overall total of 100 kilometers. And then I was thinking, well, yeah, but for example, my car eats around 4 euros 100 kilometers. So it's basically 4 euros there and back. But let's keep in mind that many other cars eat much more, like 10 euros a kilometer on 100. So let's keep the overall basis like 10 liters on 100, like 10 euros on 100, 10 euros on 100 kilometers. But then let's, for example, that's a total average because there are buses going, trucks going, and a total average. But then I was thinking, well, there are like 30 cars or 100 cars every minute going there. And then I calculated, well, that's basically like 10,000 cars a day. I believe it's much more. I believe it's like 100,000 cars a day. And then you calculate, they go there in that direction, they go back in that direction, 100,000 cars. So overall, they spend a minimum each 10 euros to get there and back. So it's like 1 million a day only on fuel. So then you calculate like the more roads you build, the more you will drive. The more you will drive, the more fuel will be sold. The more also the tax on the road will be sold. So basically, if the road costs like 1 billion, that's like practically 4 years, and it's already paid back. And then it lasts for another 30 years, and you still need to fix it and so on. So it's all paid out. So basically, the whole thing about the European Union building new roads is basically investing money into, we need to drive more, we need to drive still some more. And basically, all the roads are built from from our, you would say, tax payments. Now this was an interesting thing. And then I thought about the overall tax system. It's like, I don't know, I'm not sure for sure how much it is in other countries, but here in Latvia it's like, whether you buy something, you pay tax 21%. It's like VAT, 21%. And then you are thinking, well, stop. Here in Latvia, to pay out the salary, so in simple words, to buy something you must earn, right? So you must have a job where you can earn this money. So the idea is that you receive a salary, and here in Latvia, to get 100 euros salary, you must pay 181 euro. 181 euro the salary payer must pay in order you to get 100 euro salary. So basically, if you're on 1,000 euros a month, the job giver pays like 1,810 euros. So it's like 81%. And then you add that person who receives salary will buy everything with VAT, with the tax. It's like 102%. So the idea is, well, I'm not even getting further to this. So the idea is that no matter everything that you spend money on, the government will get back more from whether that which you spend. So basically, the government just gives out money and gets back more back, no matter what you do, no matter what you do. But this is just a brief, simple. So basically, the idea is that companies need to pay the profit tax. If you are a producer, you need to pay tax for producing or importing. It depends whether they are 2% or up to 30%, whether on what you are importing. And there are much more taxes. Basically, you pay also for your apartment, you pay for your heating, you pay for your electricity. There are many more taxes, and this is like, wait a minute, how is it possible that government doesn't have money? What are you talking about? And this is one thing that I was at one bank seminar, and this was really funny. And there was like bank people, and one of those ladies which were in the seminar, she worked in Latvia's bank, and she was like asking this smart bank person who is giving the seminar. He said, yeah, but wait a minute, Latvia had this crisis like 5 years ago. And she said, but she knows that in the Latvian bank, the budget inside of the bank, there are like 2 billion in savings and more. She said, why did the bank doesn't use it to like fight against the crisis? And it's like, it's so funny. So the government always has more than these. Government will always have more and get back even more. So this is another thing. This is another funny thing. So of course there are somebody who avoids taxes and everything, but still overall, it's for example, fuel. You consume fuel. Maybe fuel is the biggest consumable product maybe that is there, and it's like here they are like a tax of 80% for each liter you sell. So basically, it's like, what are you talking about? No money. How is that possible? I'm not talking about how is that possible. It's like the overall purpose of the money system is something else. It's something different. It's not it's completely something different than what we know. So this is funny.